let's go ahead and check out this Halloween Ends interview featuring David Gordon Green.
I saw your movie yesterday in a crowded screening room and had a great time. And I always think about with Halloween, there's always two answers. You know, when it comes to Michael Myers or anything within it, it's always, is it evil? Pure supernatural evil, or is it a psychological thing? Is there a reason? And that, I guess, duality came to a head at one moment in the diner without giving anything away. But there's a scene where a character escalates a minor confrontation. And I went, yeah. And the lovely young woman who was sitting right next to me went, oh, don't escalate. In that moment, I thought, does she think I'm a monster? So are interactions like that can be taken one of two ways? Is that something that you bake into the essence of Halloween? Is that the essence of Halloween? Or was that just me having a random movie theater moment?
I'm not gonna lie, this is like the third time I've watched this interviewer interview certain people from the Halloween trilogy, and his questions are so convoluted and just not thought out. I really hate it, but let's see what David Gordon Green has to say.
All that, I love interpretations, and one of the things that I think all the fans like about Halloween is to be able to have those conversations of how do you define evil and what is supernatural and all these things that I think that I like to point to but not spell out. So keep a degree of ambiguity. Right. Is that a Jedi mind trick at that point in the diner, or what is it that is diffusing or inflaming a situation? I don't know. I think it's one of the things that I think is most curious about Michael Myers, because he can do some spectacular things, but there is an on-earth human version of him that we're trying to acknowledge is, I guess, the substance of the character. So
from what David Gordon Green says, Michael Myers is somewhat of a supernatural. He's able to do these crazy things, but in his trilogy, they're trying to capture the more human aspect of Michael, and I can respect that. Well, I've done a video. Check out my video on Michael Myers, Supernatural or Not. In my opinion, there's just versions of Michael that are supernatural, like, you know, Halloween 1 through probably let's go 6 or through H2O, right? That is a supernatural Michael. Even go into Resurrection a little bit, I guess. Halloween Rob Zombie, all that good stuff. But then when you come to this trilogy, it's kind of a more human Michael. 78 even is more of a human Michael. So it's just kind of a pick your poison kind of situation.
It's the essence of evil and where that begins, where that ends. But I don't want a character where I know a lot of his backstory. I don't want to motivate his actions. I don't want to engineer narrative and insight. That he's not out for revenge, you know. So I'm trying to keep him very simple in his maneuvers, like the shark in Jaws or something like that.
Well, okay, David Gordon Green just said that Michael isn't out for revenge, but in the trilogy, was he kind of not out for revenge against Laurie Strode? Now, you can say that she was a byproduct of Michael coming back to Haddonfield to wreak, terror again, but at the same time, once he found out she was alive, he did kind of hone in just a little bit, but I think there was a good balance there.
Grand finale. This is Halloween Ends. It's right there in the title. Was that a tough nut to crack? I mean, you take some bold storytelling decisions in this that I did not see coming, and that I think people are going to be talking about a lot in the coming weeks, because there's so many surprises. Was that a goal? Was there... tell me about just the journey writing this, final confrontation.
You can just tell that this interviewer is just so nervous.
Halloween movies, in so many ways you can go, and when you're the shepherd of these narratives or this mythology, it really is a great opportunity for me to get in the room with co-writers and start spitballing ideas. And we wrote Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends with two different writing teams, Danny McBride and myself, and then we had Scott Teems on Kills, and then Chris Bernier and Brad Logan on Ends. And so we were writing them simultaneously. And the idea was to make the first movie had to kind of reintroduce people to the franchise, to these characters. Some people that didn't know, we wanted to invite everybody to the party, right? And then once that movie landed and was successful, we thought, let's mix it up, blow it up, turn it upside down, make this chaotic uprising of Haddonfield movie, which was going to be Kills. And it's for us, in our 2 cents, it was Michael Myers exploitation movie, right?
Okay, so this just pisses me off. So David Gordon Green said that Halloween Kills did so great that they wanted to turn it upside down, shake it up, change things up, cause some chaos. And it's like, why? Why not stick to what was working? That just doesn't make sense to me. So, and then he said it was kind of an exploitation of Michael Myers. Like, since when is it okay to exploit Michael Myers?
Ends, I wanted to make a love story. I wanted it to lean back into some atmosphere, talk about things that in a roundabout way apply to Michael, but aren't really pointing to his backstory. So we're talking about the essence of evil, manifestation of evil, and trying to bring what I felt like would be a satisfying conclusion to our boogeyman story.
So another thing I want to point out, David Gordon Green says he wanted to make a love story to satisfy the conclusion of Halloween Ends. What the fuck does that even mean?
I think you did a fantastic job. I'm so glad that I was satisfied with the conclusion, and I'm sad that there's not going to be another one.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. You know, it's been 5 years of our lives working with this amazing cast and crew and these stories. And as a kid, I just grew up loving horror movies, and this has been really a fun transition in my career to evolve into that. Halloween was the first time I'd had the opportunity to work in horror, and now I've just really been bitten by the bug, and I love the community of fans, and I love the conversations and the arguments and the what he should have done and what he did well, and you know, I think all these things are really a fun part of taking a franchise like this, engaging with the community that loves it so much.
Another thing I want to point out, this was his first attempt at horror. He never done horror before this, and he just got handed Halloween. That is insane. That is insane. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hellcats and Hellhounds, there you have it. This was the interview of David Gordon Green talking about Halloween Ends. It just makes me even more disappointed in the decision making of Halloween and Michael Myers. All in all, this interview just summed up David Gordon Green had no idea what he was doing, and as soon as he struck gold, he decided to do something completely different, what he wanted to do, despite us fans. And he likes when we argue about what should have happened in his film. So take it how you want it. Do you guys like David Gordon Green? Is he a good director, or is he trash? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm your Homemaster Day. I'll see you Hellcats and Hellhounds in the next one. Peace.